The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Hello, here I am. Welcome to the show. It's Nikki Glaser Podcast. Here on iHeart Radio Podcast. Is it iHeart Radio or is it iHeart? I don't even know. I should know. I'm a company gal. You don't know anymore? You used to know?
These corporate mergers are just getting out of hand. I can't keep track of what their names are anymore.
Yeah. iHeart National Tire and Auto Smoothie King. I think that, there was a merger.
Now, you've been keeping track of this Boeing situation, right? Have you?
No, because I can't control it, and most flights I fly on are the plane that everyone is saying is malfunctioning, and I just don't care.
But it's been getting pretty wild.
It has?
Yeah, it's
there was some whistleblowers that died mysteriously.
Yes.
Should we even talk about it?
I don't know. Are we going to get in trouble if we talk about it? Does Boeing...
I think everyone is talking about it, though. What's going on?
You know what, though? I'm surprised that more people aren't talking about it.
Well, I guess it worked.
Yeah, I mean, well, the lawyer said... So just for people who don't know, we all remember that Boeing has had these issues with malfunctioning planes. You know, we talked about that, like the door blowing off the side and people flying out of planes, and no one's died yet, I think. No, maybe in like a different country people have died.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, and we don't care about that.
Yeah, because they're from some other country. Who gives a shit? And I'm pretty sure it was
That really is how
world.
Americans look at shit.
I do. You know what?
That is
honestly,
so weird whenever there's a mass tragedy overseas and they go, and 11 Americans. And we go, it's like 4,000 Indonesians and 4 Americans. And we go, oh, wait, name them. Is one of them named John? Is there a Sarah? And it's like, there's 4,000 others. Thankfully, that has always struck me as really weird, even as a kid. I'd be like, why do we need to know how many which ones are white?
Yeah, which ones are white? 4,000 Indonesians. And then John, who loved Applebee's. Oh my God, I loved Applebee's.
Yeah, that's what you can put yourself there and you go, that's why I don't travel. Not because I'm scared of other cultures and customs, which is really why I don't travel, is because I'm scared of customs. But, okay, so tell me, so a couple people have died, possibly not Americans, so we don't really know. To
be honest, though, I mean, if I'm going to be totally openly honest about how I felt.
Save it for Intrusive Thoughts, Brian. I mean, we have to do one of those episodes. It's for the Big Money Players Diamond Network. No. Tell us what you think if you're going to be really honest.
I do remember reading about this plane crash and finding out it was in it was in like Ethiopia or something.
I was just going to say Drakkar. Like when you hear that, you go, of course there's a plane crash in Ethiopia.
Yeah, and so exactly. And I felt a lot better about it because I was like, oh, it's just Ethiopia. Not that those people dying, but I just don't trust Ethiopia as much as I trust America.
I would be not as chill flying in Africa that I would be in the States, because I just feel like a lot of Egyptian air goes down. Like I just feel like I don't know. I don't have any evidence to back this up, but I did watch a documentary. Not a documentary. I watched a show where this girl's parents are on like a safari and their plane goes down in the jungle, and I can picture it happening to me. But okay, so this Boeing's. So we have a new thing to be scared of. The Boeing's doors flying off.
But the thing that's crazy about it is that there were 2 whistleblowers who came forward, and these are quality control expert whistleblowers who are responsible for like checking the parts that have been malfunctioning. And they came forward and were saying that the upper brass at Boeing told them to let things slide, to let things pass, and that's the reason why these things have been happening. And the first thing that happened is one of those people died. Apparently from a quote-unquote self-inflicted suicidal attempt, a gunshot wound or something like that. And then the second whistleblower also died from a heart attack type situation. They were both in like their 40s or 50s.
You blew that whistle too hard. You know,
he was blowing the whistle so hard he had a heart attack.
Out.
Yeah.
And
this
so
that's
suspicious.
Pretty crazy. That's pretty suspicious. That's like
and
Epstein
it's always these people
suspicious.
A lot of times they leave behind. There's a lot of hearsay of like they tell people, if I ever die, it wasn't suicide.
Yeah.
I want people to know if I ever die, it is suicide. I don't want people to even consider foul play, even if there's like
a video of you getting
someone
your
wrote
head
in my
cut
blood.
off.
Yeah, truly.
No, that was suicide. I asked for that.
No, this is scary. And I just looked up the guy, like one of the guys that is found dead. That's so, why did they do this? Don't they know that we're gonna know who did it? Like
They do know that, and they don't care because we
John
don't do
Barnett
anything about it. We don't have any
worked for
power.
Boeing for more than 30 years before
Is
retiring in
John,
2017.
not John.
His name was John.
Oh no.
In the days before his death, he had been giving evidence in a whistleblower lawsuit against the company. Boeing said it was saddened to hear of Mr. Barnett's passing.
Saddened. Yeah.
Yeah, when they planned it, they were really sad about hearing the future plans of it. It allegedly, not even allegedly, we're just joking. This is a comedy podcast. It said the 62-year-old had died from a self-inflicted wound on 9th of March, and police were investigating. Mr. Barnett had worked for the U.S. plane giant for 3 decades until his retirement in 2017. Okay, so he was a quality manager at the North Charleston plant, and they build the 787 Dreamliner. He told the BBC in 2019 that under pressure workers had been deliberately fitting substandard parts to aircraft on the production line.
Yeah.
He had uncovered serious problems with oxygen systems, which could mean 1 in 4 breathing masks would not work in an emergency. Okay, so before you put a breathing mask on someone else, a child, make sure yours even works.
Yeah.
Because 1 in 4 won't.
It makes sense though. He was so distraught over
That he took his own life.
Yeah, over having a whistleblow that he took his. It's crazy to think that this guy retires in 2017, then whistleblows in 2019, gets all the way through COVID without killing himself,
Yeah.
and then decides now.
I feel like I'm going to be actually I will just say that I am not planning. I will not kill myself. I promise you I won't. If I feel like me saying that if I die, I honestly think because I have such a loud mouth about stuff.
Yeah.
And the more I get into the Hollywood world and see the stuff going on, and I start shooting off my mouth, I do think they could come for me.
What company or organization you think is most likely to kill you? What are you going to spout off
An
about?
individual. I think like
yeah.
Like I feel like or
Page
just
6 thinks Ben Affleck's going to come after you. He's
well,
Batman.
yeah, Page 6 made because I said that I think my quote was that Ben Affleck. Truly, what I think I said was that we all saw what happened. I didn't make any judgment about it, but all I said was that he underestimated the scale of what the Tom Brady roast was.
Yeah, he thought it was going to be like some dinky event in the Friars Club. And
Yeah,
instead,
like a Screen Actors Guild presenting an award type thing. Like, this is going to air on FX. It's not a big deal. Whatever it is.
FXX even. He probably thought.
Yeah. And we've all done it and in different ways in our life. And I even said that I've done it before. But then all they have to do is say Nikki Glaser slams Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
But I didn't say slam. They said that, so they get to just decide what I do.
Yeah.
And then if you write if you write something underneath it and you go, I didn't slam him, then you're making enemies with Page 6.
Yeah.
So you can't like say Page 6, you fucking liars. I didn't say that.
Maybe you play along with it and you just go, yeah, I really slammed this guy. I really took it to him, and maybe that in a sarcastic way, and maybe everyone's happy.
Yeah, I don't know. Then. Yeah, that's a good one. But maybe you lean into it. But I gotta watch. I realize I do have to watch my mouth a little bit.
That makes the podcast. No, you gotta listen to Intrusive Thoughts.
No, I don't even think. I really think I just. I've learned my lesson so many times in my life, but just based on like my personal relationships, my family and friends and things that I share that I'm like, oh shoot, like I'm okay with people knowing that about me, but they might not be okay with them knowing that about them. And I realize that Hollywood is just so surface and they don't want you to know anything real. And I'm not trying to be like, I'm so real, because I'm real. It's the way you move. Okay, so first of all, the least real person sang that song, but also I don't. I'm just gonna pull back a little bit. I'm just gonna not talk about anyone except myself. But then if I go really real about myself and overshare about myself, people go, "Ooh, no one wants to hear that. All she does is talk about her meh." So
we should just start. We just continue talking about conspiracy theories
animals
regarding corporations.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what we like talking about is we like talking about stuff that's happening on TV, reality shows.
But here's another thing I just realized. No, I'm sorry. You know that podcast, How Did This Get Made?
Oh yeah, of course.
I love it. Paul Scheer, Jason Mantzoukas, and June Diane. Who else is on it? I feel like there's someone else.
I don't
But anyway,
know.
it's a really good podcast. So funny. They make fun of movies, and they're just like, how did this get made? And they just watched unwatchable movies and make fun of them.
Yes.
Which is one of my favorite things to do. They
I always
they-
confuse that with how do you
how stuff works.
how stuff works.
Or which is it's that's one of my favorite podcasts ever. Hosted by John Clark W. Bryant.
How did this get made? I've never
Stuff you
heard
should
before.
know. Stuff you should know.
Stuff you should know.
How did this get made is a comedy podcast about
Yes.
movies, and they make fun of movies. But I'm always like, why aren't they making fun of the idea of you or whatever
Did
movie
they do
I just watched?
Unfrosted?
No. But you know why? Because they can't burn bridges. They've got to
Yeah.
pick things from 2009, and they got to because they make fun of all the stuff, and they literally go like, who would do this, and why did this happen? So they do risk a lot in doing that, and I understand that. Like it's risky having a podcast every day where you have to comment on pop culture, and you're in pop culture, and you end up working with these people. So I always have to give the caveat of like, I've done shitty stuff too. Is my new thing. Like,
Well, there's
I've
also
done
this
too.
thing that sometimes you believe that a person is beyond your reach, so you can talk about them
Yes.
because they don't exist in your
Yes.
reality, and then you do actually wind up meeting with them or working with them in some capacity, and you're like, oh fuck, I talked shit about you on this other thing, and I didn't even think I would ever
Io.
come within.
Remember the girl
Io?
from The Bear?
Yeah.
She ended up working with J-Lo on the SNL,
Yeah.
and she had said stuff on a podcast. So she never thought she'd be co-hosting SNL with musical guest J-Lo. But
Yeah.
she was.
Well,
I
this
will say,
happened to
though-
me with Barack Obama. This exact thing happened to me with Barack
my
Obama,
God,
which
will you
that's
tell the
what I'll tell
story?
on Intrusive Thoughts.
Really?
That's the intrusive. I'll do that
Oh
on
my God,
Intrusive
that's
Thoughts.
so insane. Okay, that's
Yeah.
great. That's a great intrusive thought. So if you want to
plug
check that out,
Intrusive
you have
Thoughts.
to
My
pay
best
$5
story,
extra dollars a
probably.
month, and you get ad-free episodes of this show twice a week, and then you also get a bonus episode every month that we're gonna record after this. Okay, that'll be exciting because I remember the story,
kinda
but
forget.
not exactly every detail.
Can I just say for the record publicly that
Sure.
I am on Boeing's side in this whole thing. I
Okay.
believe, hey, if you got to take out a couple of Johns to keep the wheels spinning, sometimes you got to do that. If they
By the
didn't take out the
time-
Johns, we would have how much flights would be more expensive. There'd be less flights. We wouldn't
Well,
be
by
able
the
to get to
time the
Austin.
air masks are dropping, if
Yeah.
your air mask doesn't work, you should be lucky that you suffocate to death, besides what's really going to happen to you. Like you
Right.
hope. Like, in fact, yesterday I was going to a workout class that was very hard. It was this new place that I'm trying. Their workout classes are so packed that you have to schedule like a month in advance to even get in one in St. Louis. It's crazy. So now I'm having to go to multiple different places. So I tried a new place yesterday. We were doing it was a hot Pilates thing. I don't really need to add hot to anything. I think this adding hot stuff is really just to convince you have a better workout because it makes you sweat more. And so you leave feeling like I just did something. But you literally, if we would have done everything we did in that class in a regular room, we wouldn't have sweat as much, but we would have gotten a great workout also. And I wouldn't have felt as if I was having a stroke the entire time. And honestly, I thought I could was lightheaded the rest of the night, which, so I'm not going to name names, but I will go back to this place because I need to, because there's not enough places to work out in this town. But I will say that when I was walking into the place, I was like, whoa, they were like showing me the room and I go, it's so hot. And the guy walking in goes, you'll pass out before you die. And I didn't even,
Oh, that's comforting.
that is what I'm saying with the Boeing. That is comforting. I hope I pass out. I hope I just don't die. I hope it's just like, oh, I'm fainting. And then later on, I die unconsciously. Like, that could be a better scenario. But I think he was just trying to be funny, but I didn't really know what he meant. I don't need a class. Here's another thing. And people are going to think I think I'm hot shit because I'm saying this. And so just know that I promise you, I do not think I am. It's just happening to me lately is that I am recognizable more so than ever before. It will fade because people will forget the Tom Brady roast. But right now, my face and name are kind of, people remember it. They just saw it. Like a couple weeks ago, they were seeing it everywhere. So it's just kind of current to them. When I sign up for these classes, they know I'm coming because they see my name. And I know you're like, Nikki, give a different name. I don't want to give a different name. I don't want to walk in and be Renee Glaser or what. I just don't want to deal with it. And so
Renee Zellweger. Say it.
That's true. That could do that. I mean, I just picked my middle name, but I just don't want to come up with I do have a secret name that I use at hotels, but I don't want to do that. And
What's
also,
the secret name?
I would never tell because then it's really good though. It's so fun. I'll tell you off air. It's really. Maybe I'll do intrusive thoughts for that, and then I have to change it because I don't want people. I mean, I guess if you pay $5 a month, you should be able to stalk me in a hotel. I think that you should have that information. If you are willing to pay $5 a month and also go to the hotel that you think I might be staying at, that you don't have confirmation of, because I don't reveal that where I go to towns.
And sometimes it's the nicest hotel, but sometimes it's not.
Oh, many times it is not. Because I got to buy like 5 rooms sometimes for everyone that's on tour. And that's another thing. I recently texted Nate Bargatze and I was like, because I like a really nice hotel. It makes me happy. I've worked hard for it. But I'm also paying for like 5 hotels sometimes because it's like I got 2 openers. I got a tour manager. Sometimes I'm flying out a photographer. I'm bringing out a social media person. I'm also bringing out and so I'm like, I wrote to Nate. I was like, do you ever get like a cheaper hotel for everyone else? Because sometimes I stay at a place and the cheapest hotel room is $600 a night, even for like a 1-bedroom. And I know when I was at that level of opening, and I would, it's not like I'm putting them up at the,
No, you don't need to do that. You don't need
the micro hotel next to the airport. It's like I'll do like a DoubleTree or a Buff. Yeah,
I mean, you don't need to do that. I think almost everybody.
He said
probably
get a
does.
bus and make them sleep on it and then go. No, he said, he said, well, I have a bus, but no, he said that I think that's okay to do. I would never put someone up in a place that I would not also be okay sleeping at, but I want the Ritz.
But the rest of the people that you're with, I mean, I can speak for myself at least, and I'm sure like Anya's the same way. Like, we don't need that level of hotel. Like, I'm fine in a standard, like any standard hotel that has like 2 queen mattresses and a window.
Well, I want you to be in a nicer hotel than like, a club would give you if you were like at the Des Moines Funny Bone, for sure.
I mean, especially like a comedy condo. That's terrible.
But yeah, I would give you a nice place, but also I would also want you, Brian, to be able to call down to the front desk if there was techno music playing all night long. Like, I would hope that we didn't stay.
That was one of the worst nights of my life.
I know. And next time you got to call down. Like, I can't
believe how tired I was. That was absurd.
To put a pin in this before we go to break. I just want to say that sometimes when we get there, when I get to the class, they know I'm coming and they're excited, which is really sweet. Like, that is the part of being recognizable I like, is when they're like, hi, hello, oh my gosh, okay, you're on machine 8. And they're
Do you
just
feel like this is new? Or
yeah, oh, brand new. No, they did not give a shit. I gotta be honest. They didn't. There was maybe 1 or 2 people at these workout places that were like, hi. I mean, a shout out to Pilates Lab, always happy to see me. Not because, but they're happy to see everyone. That's just the vibe there. Right. But a couple other places I go, there's been a couple girls that recognize me and they're like really cute and excited. But now it's like they're all like, it's almost like everyone is like at the front, like, hi. Wow. And it's really, first of all, that is so nice. And I would do the fucking same exact thing if I were you. But here's what I'm asking. If anyone is listening that ever is in like running a class that I'm doing, like you're the instructor. Mm-hmm. Will you not try to, even though I don't think this has happened yet, I just worry it will, because I know I would do it. I would be like, I want to give her the best class of her life, the best workout she's ever had. That is not what I'm looking for. I am looking to be pushed a little bit, but I want to be able to do every exercise. I hate when I have to bail on an exercise because my legs start shaking so much it gives out. Like, then that makes me feel like I should just walk out of the class entirely. So please don't try to just know that I will always go back to your class if you are clear about where I put my feet and my hands, and you don't correct me too much, because you're just going to get a vibe that I'm going to do it wrong they always do this. They always like maybe correct me a couple times, like, actually this, and then they kind of give up on me. And I like that vibe because I'm kind of doing my own thing. I'm kind of just renting your equipment to do my own thing in a class a lot of times. Mm-hmm. But let's just don't try to kill me, because I think that I would be like, she looks fit. I want her to love my class the most, and fit people love to be pushed. I don't want to be pushed that hard.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think if I were them, I would amp it up for me, and I'm asking you to amp it down.
You want the anonymity of a standard class.
Yes.
You don't want them to be like, and I get that. And also, you don't like when other people feel like they have to try harder around you. Like, you don't want to be responsible for them putting in their all. Yeah.
Do what you would do on a regular Wednesday 4:00 class. Like
Yeah.
that's what I want. And like that is. But I will say I had a great instructor yesterday at this place, and I left him a review, so I already left the
Wow.
place like
Well
because he was
done.
so amazing. He like I talked to him after the class. The first thing I said to him though was, "You have a perfect body," which I think is okay to say in this setting. I was like, "Your
Yeah.
body is amazing."
Yeah,
And
you
he
could
was
say
like,
it in a few
"Thanks,
settings.
girl."
Definitely in a workout setting. You could say it at the office. You could say it at. Doesn't matter where you say
Okay,
it. Say
I
it at
gotta
the
go to
train
break,
station,
but I
the
did
grocery
feel-
store.
I felt weird as soon as it came out of my mouth. I go, "That's inappropriate for me to say," but then I was like, "Wait, no, we're at a place where that is the goal."
Yeah, yeah.
And he did have a perfect body, and I did not think he was straight, so I didn't feel like
Right.
it was inappropriate in that way. But
I
that
tell
is not-
people they have like a
how should I
perfect
assume that?
credit score. To see if how they react. If it's appropriate, I don't know.
Is it safe to assume a guy is gay if you are jamming out to all gay club music? Like it's-
Yeah, I mean, I would assume he's gay.
Yeah.
Pretty safe. You know,
And-
there are certain things. You know, people like to pretend like gays are not. You can't tell if someone's gay or not. And you know, there's a thing called gaydar, and sometimes you're wrong, and sometimes you're right.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can tell. I mean, and
I
then
would
sometimes
actually
you're
talk
wrong.
about a
Sometimes
gay-
you're wrong,
Yeah.
even though you could tell.
But
and
here's
you're like,
the
are
thing.
you sure?
There's nothing wrong with being gay. Like it used to be like people were embarrassed to be gay. Now, like if I think you're gay and you're not, okay, well, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Like now it's always been cool to be gay. You're fine if you're gay. It's always been that way. But culturally, I think it's much more acceptable now. I know there's still a lot of discrimination, but I want to say if I do think you're gay, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were gay. I'm going to
Yeah.
be like, you
No.
look like you are well styled and you look like you take care of yourself. Sorry
Well,
that I thought that about you, sir.
Every time I see a guy and he's got a boyfriend, I think he's gay.
Well, that's not
giveaway.
true. You know, because some people are whispering, like when I hang out with my friends, sometimes we get into discussions about what celebrities we think are maybe on the side, secretly do something, and everyone always goes, "Oh, he's gay," and I go, "No, he's bi." Okay,
Oh, yeah, he
bi
could
is
be bi.
a thing. Why
Oh,
is
yeah.
everyone forget bi is a thing? Bi people just get thrown under the bus.
I forgot.
We'll be back after this. I will say I'm trying to work on a bit right now about straight men with the gay voice.
Right. So this is the thing. So it's hard because if I hear a straight man with a gay voice, I can't help but think, and this is just, again, this is what I think, can't help but think he must be gay. It's hard to get over it.
Yeah, because it is such an identifying factor in like a gay man.
Which is
that
weird because
voice.
there are some white people who have a black voice and they talk black for whatever reason. And I have no problem thinking they're white.
Well, because they
I d-
grew up around black people, or they grew up around where being, that was that kind of that culture was celebrated and
Yeah.
was a way to be accepted. I think.
So if there's a straight guy who hung out around a bunch of gay people and they develop the gay voice for whatever reason, I still think they must be gay. Whereas
that
if
is
a white
okay.
person talks black, I think they're white still.
It's okay to have a gay voice. I want to be honest with you. Like, I am still attracted to straight men who have gay voices. Like, it would never make me go, I don't want to date a guy because he has a little bit of a voice that might sound more like a gay man's. Here's my problem.
This is what Seinfeld got in trouble for. Just to be clear, it's the official term is not gay voice, but you all know what we're talking about.
But who is that offending? Like, because I just think I love the gay voice. I love that there's something that really just is like, this is what it is. I think it's very cool. Anyway, I have no judgment about it, but I can understand if someone's offended by this. Please DM me and let me know, and I will retract my statement. From a place where I can't be extradited from, like in a video.
Well, undoubtedly
where you can
someone's
see
offended.
cabanas behind me.
Yeah.
Like Diddy did. No, the thing is, I've met a straight man with a very gay voice, and such a voice that I thought there's no question. Like, it's just, even the way he kind of dressed and the way he moved, it was just like so solidly. There wasn't like, maybe
Lot
I
of
shouldn't
evidence.
ask him about his boyfriend. Like, it's like I would be like, do you have a boyfriend, if I'm inquiring about his personal life.
Yep.
And before I even had a chance to ask that, this guy says, my partner.
Ah.
Okay. And so I go, okay, more comfort, like not even questioning it in my head, like literally not even.
Oh, I thought that
questioning
would be confusing it more. Now he's
No.
not giving it away.
Gay people say partner, but the
sometimes
queer community is much more on board with partner than I think the straighties.
The straight NPR listeners say partner.
Yeah, I that's another pet peeve. Straight people, stop saying partner. It's really obnoxious. It's like you're trying to like kind of co-opt queer culture. I think that's what I think.
I said partner after. Well, because if I had a girlfriend,
Anya was saying
and
partner too, and I go, "What are you doing?"
If you're not married and you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you get to a certain age, it feels very immature to
Own
say
it.
boyfriend or girlfriend.
Own it. You either own it or you get married. You don't get to say partner.
Well, I got married.
Partner
Now
is
it's-
for so now you have wife.
Yeah, oh, it's great.
So good. So
Yeah.
good. But I just think partner is just you just sound like you're trying too hard, and I just really I'm not in the queer community. I could be at some point in my life, but I think that if I were queer, I'd be like, let us have that one. So anyway, this guy goes, my partner, and then his partner was named Andy. So like,
Could be a man
okay,
or a woman.
right?
This
But-
is just piling
But
up.
I'm already thinking this guy's gay. There's no question in my mind, right?
Yeah.
The voice is so, and then he says, and she said, blah blah, and I'm like,
Oh.
literally was like, "Rah." Have you ever seen the video of Britney Spears finding out Ryan Seacrest is not gay?
No.
Dude, it's so funny.
Wow.
She like 100%. This is literally the moment I had. There is a video where Britney Spears is talking to Ryan Seacrest and another guy, and they're all just like sitting on stools talking, doing an interview, and I guess they're talking about flowers or something. And Ryan Seacrest is like, and yeah, I give my girlfriend flowers, and you see Britney Spears just go, like literally like. She has whiplash from it. It's so funny. She goes, because you know Britney Spears can't really hide that face of
Yeah.
like, huh? Like she
Yeah.
really looks like one of those dogs in a meme that's like, huh?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so funny, but that is literally what my face did. And I'm like, this guy knows he has a feminine voice. He's had it for a while. He's throwing around partner, and his partner is named Andy. Like,
And he said, I
he's
had anal
fucking
sex with Andy last night.
yeah, which is
And we're
all,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
I just think that if you do have a voice that lends people to think that, it's okay. But I don't think I just don't think straight people should be using partner. I think it throws us off.
Yeah, for our sakes, for the other people around you.
And I'm okay with every other thing. Like,
Do you think this guy?
I will do anything that queer people want me to call them. I will say anything. I have no problem with any pronoun, anything. But
Yeah.
straighties, you don't get to. I get to tell you what you are. I don't want
Yeah.
you don't get to be something. You are a wife. You're a husband. You're a boyfriend. You're a girlfriend, or you're a non-binary, and then that's a different story. But if you are a cis man or woman, straight, nope, no partner, unless you're in a law firm. Calling it.
Do you think that this guy knows what he's doing, or is he completely oblivious to the confusion that surrounds him?
That was the thing that I didn't know. I'm just like, how they're just. It would be like a woman who carries most of her weight in her stomach, constantly rubbing it and going, oh, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like that of like, and then when someone goes, are you pregnant? She'd go, oh,
How dare
no.
you?
It's like, well, what everything indicates,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's kind of like that. Like he was maybe asking
I think he
for
gets
it.
off on it. I think he has a power trip there.
Well, it's an interesting power trip, but I would be honored if someone thought I was lesbian. But I think it's pretty much out of the. That doesn't happen to me much. I'm trying to think if I've ever been sexualized. What's it called?
Sexualized. I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
any of this shit. I have no idea.
Yeah,
No one's ever. I don't think no one's ever. A lot of people have called me gay,
I got
but I don't think it's because
surd.
they think I'm gay.
I got surd at the airport like
Oh, good. There you go.
6 months ago with a ball. I had a ball cap on, and the person was hardly looking at me, and I
Yeah.
honestly felt great about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that felt good, and they gave me 25% back on my ticket on my
Because of the surd?
flight. Yeah, they gave. I
Really?
was going no, that'd be amazing.
God.
They're like,
I
we
can't
need to
believe I didn't-
refund you.
Yeah.
What I just found out. Okay, I was just looking at this reel. I sent it to Anya, and I screenshotted it. So this is so depressing, but it's like kind of about the same stuff. So they had a chart, and who knows what research this is from, but it seems like based on experience, this seems about right. So they said like men's ages. It's a graph of men's ages, and then what age of woman they're attracted to as they age. So for a 20-year-old man, he's attracted to a 23-year-old woman. 21-year-old man, 23-year-old woman. Then by the age of 29, by 30, they're attracted to 30-year-old women, 31. Okay, so they're in line pretty much to, oh no, sorry, that's women. Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh.
Bad news. Bad news, ladies.
And this is a
I
scientific
was looking
study?
at the wrong graph. This is a scientific study based on this woman named Nude_nutritionist.
Okay, I trust
She said
her.
the research is from the book. Oh, I actually have where it's from.
Wait, so
we
she's
have,
a nutritionist who does her work nude?
I think that's just her name. She's definitely
an-
not nude in this.
That's
This
an
research
interesting choice.
is from the book. I don't see where it says from the book. Anyway, so a man's age. So men at 20 are attracted to 20-year-olds.
Yeah, that makes
20,
sense.
26, they start being attracted to 22-year-olds. It jumps up. Okay. Then it goes at 28, it goes back down to 20, and it stays at 36
And then when
year
they're
old.
31, they're attracted to 14-year-olds. It's a very dangerous year. You got to get past 31.
Just 31.
Yeah.
So then after 31, they go back. They stay at 20 from 28 to 36 years old for men. They stay attracted to
Wow.
20-year-olds.
20?
Then at 37, they have a weird moment where it leaps ahead very far to 22. Okay. They start being attracted. Like, what is the fucking difference? I don't even know. The highest we get is a 45-year-old man will be attracted to a 24-year-old. And let's just say this is the ideal.
Yeah.
And this makes sense because of fertility, because of fertility. It's like that's peak fertility for a woman. It makes sense. And then it goes all the way to 50 years of age, and that a 50-year-old man is most attracted to a 22-year-old girl. Now
Wait,
women
it goes down.
Yeah, it goes back down again.
Wow. Okay.
But it's like it stays within 19 to 24 is the range that men are attracted to you the most. And by the way, that was when I was most disgusting. So I'm not even like, oh, I wish I could go back. But then this is the depressing part. At the age of 20, for a woman, she's attracted to a 23-year-old guy. And then pretty much it goes up and with her age all the way to 42. It's 43. She's attracted to a 39-year-old. Okay, so she starts to go
going down.
45-year-old is attracted to a 40-year-old. 46-year-old is attracted to a 38. But then by 50, they're attracted to a 46-year-old. So slightly younger, but still in the ballpark. We can all agree it's the ballpark. And that is depressing, but it is what it is. Men can still sperm you up.
We're not
into that
breaking
age.
news here.
No.
Yeah.
But then this woman goes on to say that Julianne Moore is like this woman who's kind of aged pretty naturally. I mean, I'm sure she's had a little things done here and there, but she's like in her 60s, and she was on the cover of, I think, Vogue, and she's airbrushed completely. Like, you can't see any line on her face. There's nothing. It's totally like blank. And we applaud her for aging naturally, but when we put her on a magazine to make it sellable, she is now airbrushed to be a 24-year-old. Literally, like, has no line on her face. Then this woman goes on to say, which is the point I've been trying to make my whole fucking life, which is if you age gracefully, people are disappointed, and then they fix it, and they really want you to look this way. They prove it by doing graphics and fixing things and Photoshop. But then if you get work done, they shame you and go, that's so sad and that's so gross that you did all that stuff. So what are you supposed to do?
Go away. You got to go
Okay.
away. That's
That's
what we
it.
want.
It really is. That's the key, because I think that's what I was getting at, because I am like, I went and got Botox this week. It's not, you can go to the video on YouTube and go, oh, let's see what she looks like. It's not showing up yet. Botox takes like 11 days. So check back in like 10 days, because I got it yesterday. And I was asking about all the things I can do, and because I'm just like, just make me as hot as possible. Like, let's see what we can do. And it really is going to take surgery and downtime. And Mino got it. Like, I have a big thing coming up in the fall that I think I'm doing. Oh. And I would like to look as perfect as possible for that. And I know it's vain, and I know it's dumb, and I know all the besties are like, Nikki, we like you the way you are. Well, I just want to see what science can do. What
are you thinking about?
I just like a surgical procedure. I'm not sure what, but like just something slight because I've just been looking at so many celebrities, and literally every celebrity you love, and you go, she's so naturally beautiful. She had something done. Like, I don't want to name names, but it literally is everyone. No one doesn't do it. Even Jamie Lee Curtis, who stopped doing it, did it a lot before she stopped.
Right. There's a great YouTube channel that I discovered. It was me. That that covers all of like the what's it called?
Face work?
Face work or whatever.
Body
Why
modifications?
can't I think of the word of
Plastic surgery?
Plastic surgery that people do, and she really gets into it, and she points out things that are like
Lauryn Hill?
extremely. It might be Lori Hill. She's
so good.
Yeah, she's incredible. The videos are really engaging and entertaining.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm really shocked at some of them because some of them are like really subtle, and they just say like,
So subtle.
yeah, she did this tiny little thing, and I think that's the key. It's like you can't do anything too dramatic, or else everyone notices and it looks bad. But I
This is
think
what I
also, Nikki, I want to warn against.
Okay.
I just beware of doing so much stuff that you wind up looking beautiful, but looking like every other person. Because I think it's getting to the point now
They do.
where
They
everybody looks
totally.
like Kim Kardashian, and it's like
Yeah.
you all look the same. It's like, what's the point of this?
Yeah, I actually saw my face in something recently, and I was like, oh my God, I look like so and so. Like I looked like this girl who I know has kind of the same. She's at the same age. She's doing the same stuff. She hasn't done surgery yet, but she's doing all the same stuff I'm doing. Like I've gotten filler in my cheeks. I got filler in my chin recently. Like I've done some stuff, and please do not go, why, Nikki? Why? Like spare me all of that, please, God. Because I'm just being honest about it, and literally everyone you think is beautiful does it. So please don't have any of that. And truly, if you could, you would probably too. And I know you're like, no, I wouldn't. Well, it's maybe because you're a teacher and you're not on TV every day and have to see your face. So just cut me some slack. Even though most of you are probably like, Nikki, it's fine. Just do what you want. I love you all. But I actually saw Kate Hudson's face, and I thought it was me for a second the other day.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, well, that was good. That was nice
Kate
because.
Hudson?
Yeah, she's beautiful. I mean, but we are definitely having similar conversations. But she's also 10 years older than me, so I was like, okay, well,
Right.
if I'm on that track, I can do that. But I will say that I just don't have. I am working every single weekend of the next year. My schedule is completely filled up since the roast.
Wow.
Like I have dates. And then the dates I don't have, I'm flying places to go see Taylor Swift. So I am gone I don't have a single. I don't have time to get plastic surgery, and that's what's going to keep me from ever doing anything. So that's good. But I am getting a car, and I want to talk about that with you after this. Okay, I'm getting a car. I'm really doing
Finally,
it this time.
it's about fucking time, Nikki. Jesus Christ, you're driving around town in that unsafe 1999 Volvo, whatever the fuck. I drove your car.
It's my mom's Lexus, and it's
Yeah.
a 2005.
Yeah.
Lexus
it's not
sedan.
safe anymore.
First of all, it's so safe. It's not safe. It's not safe because it looks junky, and it's not safe for my reputation. Like I just don't feel good in it. You know, when you're like driving a car that's, first of all, not even yours. It's my mom's old car. And I just don't keep it nice because I don't respect it, which is not really nice of me in the first place. I should respect it, and if I dressed it up, it would look nice. But
it looks like a car from the outside that would be filled with trash. Like it'd be filled with bottles from Sonic.
it kind of is a lot of times.
And it
too.
is anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of one of those people. And even Chris was like, you should maybe get an SUV for all your stuff. And I'm like, you mean my trash? Or what if I get a car that's like small and I actually keep it nice and like treat myself nice? Because I am
SUVs are
trying to
great.
be tidier and like just treat myself better. And I think getting a new car, I really do think I'll take nice care of it. So I went and test drove some Audis, lovely
Okay.
cars,
Yeah.
like them a
Allie's
lot.
got an Audi.
Okay. I am really looking. Here's my problem with cars. Beautiful from the outside, no question about it. Love the way an Audi looks. I was looking at the Q6, the Q5, even the Q3.
Oh,
I was loving
shit.
them. I need the car to feel amazing on the inside because guess what? I'm not on the outside of the car.
No.
I only see the outside when I walk up to it. And that's a nice moment to have to go, my car is nice. But you know, when you're wearing clothes, you can even look at those clothes. You can still see them. When I'm
All
in
day.
a car, I can't see
Relentless.
myself in a car. There's no car mirrors. Even you might drive past a reflective building or something and you'll see yourself in the car, but rarely
Sometimes
do
that
you
happens,
see
and that's cool.
It's
I
such a
love
cool
that.
moment. But
Look at that
generally,
car I'm in.
oh, it's so great.
Yeah.
And you like literally you like can't believe that you can see yourself. It's like
Yeah.
that's the only time like you behave like a caveman with a reflection. You marvel at it. And so but you don't see yourself in the car outside of that, or maybe if someone takes a picture of you in it. But when you're in the car, it could be anything on the outside. And yes, you are aware of what people are seeing, but you kind of want to see it. So then I realized I need to shift my focus. My focus has to be on the inside. Like the inside has to make me feel so luxurious. So your girl drove over to Mercedes because I gotta be honest, the interiors of Mercedes, it's a dream. They're so nice, and you feel like you're in your own little spaceship. And but I cannot decide between an SUV or a sedan. I can't decide which one to get. Right now I am driving. Okay, so I'm thinking about the funniest car for me to get. Like just the one that would be it's like being first voted off Dancing with the Stars. Like it sucks that I would never have chosen that, but it fits me.
Sure,
like
it's the funniest thing to happen.
So for me, the car you would think I would get would be a GLE. It's like a SUV that's almost like has a sloped back. It's not like too mommy. It's like it looks like a cool SUV. That's what you'd think I would get. And I just am like, why do I need this? I don't have kids. I'm not lugging around equipment. I'm not toting around, credenzas. Like I'm not loading things ever.
Yeah.
I should just have a sedan. And I've been driving my mom's sedan. Why do I need a big car?
It's not. SUVs are nice. I have an SUV. I have a Subaru Forester.
So why do you like it?
Well, I like a Subaru because I like doing outdoorsy things, and you drive. It's got all-wheel drive, and it's got the most window space in class.
Okay,
and
that's
stuff
nice.
Like that.
Window space is nice.
Yeah, and I just love a Subaru, #1 car. But
have you ever driven a Mercedes? I have to say, it's real nice, dude.
I believe
Maybe
I have a rental.
Maybe I should go by a Subaru dealership.
Try Subaru. The nice thing about SUVs in general, though, is that there's more headspace above you.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm in a sedan, I feel like I'm really
you're a
packed
tall
in
guy.
there.
Yeah.
And so there's more headspace, and then also you're just a little higher up on the road. So you kind of have a better view out there on the road. You feel like
that's a really good point.
Those are the two things about SUVs, besides like the extra space, obviously.
Why can't they make like a high up sedan?
You should
I'm
get a
serious.
Cybertruck.
Oh yeah, those are so ugly. I just don't want a car that's gonna make people go like, look. I don't want people. I want kind of a car that's like, whoa, that's nice. Like, look at that. But I don't want people to be like pointing at it because it's so weird. But I think I might get one that's kind of like that. It's kind of so it's matte black, which I kind of love. Matte
black's pretty cool.
It's really cool, and it's like. It's so not the car you would think I would drive. Like if this car pulled up to valet, you would think a man would be in it, which is what I like. You'd sir me. It is a oh God, what's a C?
Yeah, I got to look at this car. Mercedes.
Yes.
Benz.
Yes.
C-Class.
It is so I know that people who know cars are like, what are C43? It's a Mercedes C43 AMG, which is like a really like sporty, like when I turn it on, it goes like it's
cool.
Kind of one of those. And I do like zipping around a lot. Like I like going like weaving in and out, like not in a dangerous way, but I do kind of fancy myself. Like there's a little bit of me that's like, I could have been a Danica Patrick. Like I could have been a race car driver. There's a part of me that like likes doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels cool, but then there's an electric car that's like the 450.
Yeah, that's something to consider.
These are $100,000 cars. I'm gonna lease for sure. I'm not spending that much on a car. But the lease is insane as well. But I don't have kids and I don't own a home, so just let me fly. Let me fly, everyone.
No one would expect you to drive the car you have now. That's what's
true.
happening.
And I've been driving
You're gonna get a car that people
5 years. 4 years.
You're gonna get a car that people are going to expect you to have.
Yeah, but
even
this
if it's the Mercedes AMG, because I'm looking at it now and I'm like, I wouldn't be shocked.
But it's matte black, and it's like, and it can go so fast, and it has like you can like do these settings on it that are like superpower, and I picked it up today, and I'm just test driving it around today.
Nice.
So I'm gonna tool around town today. I'm going to pick up my nephew, and my nephew got in my car 2 nights ago, and he was like, "You need a new car."
Wow,
he is 7, and he didn't even know I was looking for cars, and I go, "You're right." And so he's going to lose his mind when I pull up in this thing today. I'm very excited.
Wow.
I'm taking my nephew on like a solo lunch.
Are you going to tell him that I took your advice? Like it was his idea?
I really am. I'm going to be like, Arlo, you inspired me. Because
Yeah.
I thought, you said I need a new car, and do you like this one? And then maybe I'll go to the dealership and be like, actually, let's go test drive some other ones. I wonder if they'd let a kid go in a test drive. That could be cool.
Yes, of course they would. They're trying to sell
You think they
a
would?
car.
Oh my God.
They'll let you do anything.
Shout out to the guy helping me at Mercedes. He walked up to me and Chris. I was dressed poor, when I went to test drive cars yesterday. I was just dressed like someone who doesn't have money because that's the way I dress.
That's the best way to dress. That's how I dress. I dress like someone who doesn't have money, and I don't have money.
Yeah, you dress like someone who might possibly not have a home. And no,
I
was
dress
dressed
like
really.
someone who got to choose to dress himself today.
Who wandered away from his guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's how I was dressed as well. And I kind of like dressing that way when I'm going to buy a high-end item because I don't want people just sucking up to me because they think I'm going to spend. Because I might not, And no one came up to us at this deal. We were walking around the dealership for probably 5 minutes before someone ran out. And this kid runs up to us. I'm going to say kid because he's young.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to, why am I forgetting his name? Kurt? Nope, that's not it. Kyle? That's not it either. Forget your name, but I do know his last name because it's a famous department store here in town. But anyway, I do love you, and I can't believe I forgot your name. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It sounds like it starts with a K.
Yeah, it might not though, but it definitely is
Kyle?
4 letters.
Kyle?
No, it's not that. Eric. It could be something like that.
Eric, yeah.
Anyway, love him. Want to keep his anonymity, even though he doesn't care. No, he came up to us and goes like, he first said hello to Chris because I think Chris was closer, not because he's sexist.
Mm-hmm.
And then he looked at me and he goes, oh my God, are you Nikki Glaser? And he had to catch his breath. It was really, really cute. And he was at my show at the Fox in St. Louis, so he was a fan before the roast. I mean, I know there's a lot of new people on board, but he was so excited. And then we just test drove around with him all day, which I think was very fun for him. I know it would be fun for me.
Now
if
he's got a story. Isn't that cool?
Him and his girlfriend came to see me at the Fox. Yeah, that was really fun to give him that story. But
Isn't
then he
it
hooked
cool,
me up
though,
today.
that your whole life now is just providing people stories. Even just seeing you at a restaurant eating is a story for people.
That is a really fun thing because I know what it's like when I spot someone recognizable, and it is so exciting.
Yeah.
When you just see them out and about. So that is really fun. That is fun. I didn't even think about that, really. What kind of gift I'm giving the world by just. But I will say that I do feel I need to take it up a little bit in terms of my the way I dress and the way I hold my body, and I just want to look a little bit
now.
Yeah, people are gonna start taking pictures and be like, can you believe she was dressed like this? It's gonna be disappointing to people. I have
You're probably more famous than the guy from Bosch, right? At this point, the guy from Bosch.
Yeah, I mean,
and I saw the guy from Bosch
possibly.
on my plane, and that was a story for me.
Yeah, it was. In fact, it was a intrusive thought that we got into.
Yeah,
which is a special episode that we're doing after this. Final thought.
FYI, I meant to mention this last week, but did you notice that you are now
1.4, baby.
1.4 Mandelas.
Well, we were laughing last night about you saying after the roast, you go 2M. And Chris was saying that was saying someday you'll die. It's just it's obvious that someday it will get to that. But I know what you meant, which is it will be sooner than you think.
Yeah. I mean, you're the 0.4, that's 400,000 people. It seems like it's not that many because now you have it's a 1 point, but 400,000 is so many. If I just had the 0.4, I would be over the moon. My career would be changed.
No, it's a 50%. Oh, it's a 40% increase in my followers.
Wild.
Over the past 3 weeks. It is wild. My special is number 3 on HBO movies right now on Max because Dune something or other just got added.
Fuck.
So I can't compete with Dune. I didn't even know my special was a movie, so I'm so excited.
Chalamet, are you kidding me?
Oh my God, with those little nose things. The other night, I swear to God, I woke Chris up and then he was nearly asleep, and I go, babe. Because it just occurred to me, because I keep trying to learn about football and also just boy things I think I should know. I go, he's also reading Dune. Maybe that's what inspired it. So he's reading Dune, and I go, why do they have those nose things? And he was like, do you really want to know? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, do you have any guesses? And I was like, it like, so they can like breathe. And he's like, no, not really. I'm like, so they can, it's like another sense that they have that they can like pick up on alien activity or something. He's like, no. Do you know why they have the nose things?
I believe it's because their planet is covered in like the spice and they need to protect themselves from getting high.
They have to stay cool. It's a cooling system. It actually like makes a lot of sense. It's not like that much. It's not supernatural. I thought it was going to be like it provides them with some superpower, but it's just keeps them cool.
Interesting.
So they
I
don't
didn't know
die
that.
of heat exhaustion.
Yeah.
Which is what I need one of those nose things for this fucking class I'm taking. So I'm getting a new car. I'm getting a new wardrobe. I'm going to purge all of my I can't wear like dusty ass t-shirts anymore. But I'm scared because every time I know you probably won't be able to speak to this because your wardrobe is pretty much like set in stone and you're probably not like I need to upgrade my wardrobe, but I don't know if any women approaching 40 or even in the range of any woman out there, what the fuck are we supposed to dress like? Like I don't even know. Like
Yeah.
I know Noah felt that way for a minute and I was kind of like, I don't understand what you're saying. I get it now. I don't know how I'm supposed to dress. And to be honest with you, I don't want to dress super nice all the time because people expect things of you when you dress really nice. And I think when you dress like shit, people don't expect anything. And I think that's why I like it. And I can stain my clothes and I don't feel bad. I don't have to dry clean. I don't have to like, if I take them off, I can just leave them in a pile on the floor. I don't need to feel like I have to fold it. And I do this thing where I buy nice things and I won't wear it because every time I even think to wear it, I'm like, you don't deserve to wear that today because you're not going to a nice enough thing. And so it never gets worn. And then it will be in my closet with a tag on it until 4 seasons later when it is so out of style. And then I just have to donate it.
Right.
And I wonder if other people go through this same thing as me. Like right now I'm wearing an Abercrombie sweatshirt that had been through one wash, so it still looks okay. But I gotta say most clothes just depreciate immediately. Like there's no more nice clothes left. I know Quince is nice because I do ads for them and their stuff is really nice and doesn't get shitty when it gets washed. But if girls have any recs on like just capsule clothing that's like just tried and true, like blacks that don't fade, whites that don't get grungy, like just clothing that's well made and just classic and simple, or some kind of influencer I can follow and just buy everything she fucking wears. That's why I love Taylor Swift Styled. I buy everything that Taylor Swift wears because it's approved by Taylor Swift. I need some other people putting out what their wardrobes are. There used to be blogs you could follow of girls that were
Now blogs
were
are dead.
influenced. Now you go to Instagram influencers and everything they wear is an $800 boot. It's like there's nothing affordable anymore, or or a company owns them and all they wear is Abercrombie.
You can't trust. You can't.
And I
trust
go,
the
well, you're only
influencers.
wearing Abercrombie. Like you need to mix it up. So,
But you
if
know what else has
are
happened that makes it
besties,
even
I'm
worse?
begging you, send me girls that have good fashion that actually post where they get them stuff from. I will buy it blindly.
You can't trust the influencers because not only are they owned by companies, but then half of them make their own line of clothes. And then half the time
Yes.
they're promoting their own clothes.
Yes.
And it's like, your clothes aren't better than the other
Can I
people's
please
clothes.
do a line of clothes? I want someone to make a line of clothes for what I'm looking for, which is basics, simple things that you can get grungy but still look nice. I would do a line for like Madewell. I mean, not that anyone's asking, but I think I should do that. I'm seriously begging besties, even if, okay, besties listening, if you get advertised something that you're like, Nikki would look so cute in this, will you literally DM me it? Because I need help so much. I don't know what I like. I don't know what to get. And I can hire stylists, and I do hire stylists for big things. But like podcasting looks, like just day-to-day stuff that I can get photographed in by people who see me at a restaurant, and people don't get it disappointed when they send it to their group chat and they go, that can't be her. Look at
Yeah.
her shoes. Or that can't be her. Her pants are so sad. That would really be helpful to me. I like need help.
Yeah, remember when we were outside of the Sphere and those people were like, "You're not Nikki Glaser," and then remember,
Yeah.
and then that's not going to happen
Nikki
anymore.
Glaser would never be wearing a Zara crop top. Yes, I would.
I don't
mean,
even
Zara
think
has
you
really
could
good
get
things.
away with waiting in that line anymore after the roast.
I think I could still get away with it, but it would just drum up some attention. Yeah, I haven't. I was in Vegas last weekend actually, and was able to get around just fine. I I was there with Spade, and a couple people thought I was David Spade, but that's it. That's my joke. No, I didn't. It wasn't happening too much last week. I think it's fading. I really do think it was like crazy when my face was everywhere that week, and I was like, oh my gosh, is this my new life? And it's not that. It's not that way all the time. It's just settled somewhere in between what it used to be and what it was a couple weeks ago.
It's a good place
and
to
that's
be.
Perfect.
Yeah.
1.4. But I will say,
2.
shout
It's
out to
gonna
the
be 2.
besties. Oh no, I want it to keep growing. Oh my God, it's so exciting when it grows. Shout out to besties who literally, I don't even have to look at what the number is. I find out from besties who obviously heard the episode we were talking about that, and they will write me 1.4. Like they update me when it happens. So keep doing that. That's really fun. So shows coming up, Salt Lake City this Friday. June 7th, June 8th. I'm in Boulder for 2 shows at the Boulder Theater. Come see me there. We also have dates, honestly, the rest of my freaking life, you guys. All new material. You can watch my special before you come see the show. Those shows, Salt Lake City will be the first show I will do as a 40-year-old woman. That's very exciting. Cleveland, Indianapolis, Wild Horse Casino in Chandler, Arizona. That was just announced June 28th. And then July, we're getting into other shows. I mean, we got North Carolina, Hyannis, Cape Cod added 2. I have 2 shows in Cape Cod.
Wow, that's cool.
That'll be so fun. And yeah, there's just tons and tons of shows coming up. NikkiGlaser.com for all the details. Follow me on Instagram. Let's get that number up.
Get it up.
Listen to us on Intrusive Thoughts. Follow Brian Frangie, Frange.
And by the time this comes out, this is next week's episode. So
yeah,
and then
do you think 1.5?
Tomorrow you're going to be doing an episode with Rachel Feinstein.
And you won't be there.
I won't be there, but and then it's your birthday. I won't see you until after your birthday. So happy birthday!
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not 40 yet. I think when this airs, I won't be 40 either. Thank you so much.
Happy
It's
birthday.
going to be
Have
so
a good
fun.
time on your trip.
I'm so excited to be 40. It's like I don't care at all. I'm literally so happy because I think 40 is just like a woman who knows who she is. She doesn't take no for an answer. She drives a matte black AMG C43 Mercedes around town, and she can dress like shit because she's driving a Mercedes actually. So this is I can dress however I want.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. That is 40 for me.
This is 40.
Yeah, literally you can. I'm still in my 39 insecure phase. I'm kind of like just wringing this towel for all I can get of the insecurity of like, I don't want to get old, but then 40 is going to hit and I swear I'm going to be different. I'm going to be so much cooler and I'm just going to freaking own it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for 41. I'm already like let's get to that. Let's get to 4.1.
Yeah.
Talk about 1.4. Who needs it? I'm ready to get into the 40s. I think you just get cooler and smarter and better. So join me in this journey. We'll see you next week. Rachel Feinstein will be on the show tomorrow. Excited to talk to her about her special. Go watch her special, Big Guy, tonight just to get like acquainted with her. And it's so freaking good. Have you watched it yet, Brian?
No, I only saw her Tonight Show appearance so far.
Yeah, Netflix, Big Guy, so funny. But before you watch that, definitely watch my special on HBO Max. But then watch them both because you can do
Back
that,
to back.
and
Double
you can
feature.
watch 2 female comics. It's wild, but you can do it. I know anyone listens to the podcast. I'm being sarcastic. I know you guys like female comics. All right, I love you guys. See you for Intrusive Thoughts. Don't be cut, and bye.